Hello, everyone. So just like that, the 3 day of the Grand Monte Literacy event comes to an end. A lot of learning, inspiration, and passion shared that I hope will provide tools for teachers and parents to change things for the best for our multilingual children. I would like to say a big, big, big thank you to all the speakers who accepted my invitation and made this event a reality. And also thank you to all those of you who have shared their questions, doubts, and interest in the survey I shared back in April, because you helped me shape the program of this event. And then I could, can you see me properly? I think you can. Doesn't look good on my screen, but I think it's fine. But yeah, just to say a big thank you to I think it's fine. A big thank you to all the people who shared what they wanted to learn about in the survey, because that's what helped me plan the program of the program, and also to reach out to the different experts. Thank you, Uto, for letting me know it's fine and you can see me and hear me. I would love to get as well your feedback. So if you have a few minutes, I'm going to leave a link to like a feedback form, a Google form in the description. So if you have a few minutes, I would love to know what you enjoyed and also what could be improved, if there is anything that you think could be improved, whether it's the content or the program, the way it's organized, anything like this. Yeah, and now, so a little summary of the sessions we've had today. So while I share with you what my highlights are, I would love to know what your highlights were, what you're taking away from the different interviews, whether it's today and or during the past 2 days. So feel free to write them in the comments. And those of you who are watching this later as well, feel free to let me know in the comments what you liked, what you found helpful. So this morning, we talked about translanguaging, first with Sufia Amin, who is an assistant head teacher at Kensington Primary School, where there are about 50 languages, home languages from her students. And we talked about what translanguaging could look like in practice in the classroom and the impact it has. She gave us plenty of practical ideas that you can implement straight away in your schools. And my little highlight I would like to share with you is when she explained that if you're a teacher who is already uh, implementing translanguaging practices in your classroom, in your lessons, and you would like it to spread a bit in your school, is to document, to take pictures of your students' work, see the progress over time, and then use that as a case study to show a leadership team so they can see what translanguaging could bring to their school. So because I think that having research, etc., it's great, but sometimes it doesn't hit the heart as much. Maybe we understand, but we are not emotionally involved. But when we see our students actually progressing through these techniques, it becomes a no-brainer, and then things can be put in place. Then I did a session as well on my own, and thank you for all those of you who have joined me live. So if I had to summarize my session in one segment, it would be so aim to enthuse students and staff by showing them how fun languages and cultures are. And once people are emotionally involved, they will naturally come on board and want to help as well or follow any initiatives, etc. So to all the teachers who are looking at implementing translanguaging practices in school, I would say start by getting people emotionally involved, and the rest will follow. So during this session, I shared my doubts. I talked about the initiatives I started in my school and also the future plans. So what I would like to do this year, but also the big picture I would like to have for my school for the next years to come. Then this afternoon, we focus more on multilingual literacy. So we started with Dr. Jermaine Koskina, who is both a teacher and a researcher, we talked about our little ones and how they can become multiliterate. So Dr. Koskina teaches children in a bilingual school where they have different pathways, so monolingual English and those that are bilingual. And one thing that I think the image I want to take away is the graph she showed us about the different ways you can combine students in classes and the progress they make. And she has shown that when it's, I think it's called two-way, or basically it's, for example, in her case, it's Spanish students and who has as a dominant language Spanish, and those who have as a dominant language English, and who are both learning together, so from each other as well, not just from the teacher. And this is where there was the best progress in terms of everything, so literacy, but also language. So that was the best model. And to finish, we had Dr. Uta Lima-Ribolt, with whom I had the chance to work on several projects, one of them being the YouTube channel Activities for Multilingual Families. I'll let you check it out if you're looking for concrete ideas to motivate your children and to foster your languages in a fun way. So she's the most generous person I know. She has been supporting multilingual families for many years through consultations, workshops, etc. And she offers a ton of free resources. I let you check out the details in the description of the video of her interview, because you have all her YouTube channels, Facebook groups, etc. And also, I am going to mention the book again after, but we talked about multi-literacy for teenagers. And one key idea she shared is, is that especially with teenagers, we need to follow their leads. So when they are still young, we set up an environment where they can become curious about reading, and we read with them. So it's that kind of environment where they can become curious and want to read. And then afterwards, when it comes to writing, especially in the teenagers, so when they are little, I guess it's quite easy in a way to do things with them, to the exercises, etc., maybe games. But when they become teenagers, if they don't see the purpose of it, it's going to be very difficult to get them motivated. So let them find what they enjoy. We had a few examples. So Uto told us about one of her daughters who has, I think, an internship abroad in Germany, I believe. So that motivated her to improve on her writing in German. So try to let your children to find their own purpose. Of course, I guess as parents, we can always be here to provide opportunities, guide our children towards certain opportunities. But in the end, it's our teenagers who need to decide that they want to improve on these skills. Uh, but yeah, when they're little, we put the foundations and then we let them be curious. And before we conclude this event, I would like to actually read a few comments. Thank you, Franklin, for being here. So, okay, so I'm just going to read your comments. So it was I was very surprised by how many interesting and nice people working with you on multilingualism. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to gain a lot of information and experience based on practical examples and not only on theory. Thank you very much. I think that was really the goal, is to uh, give like practical knowledge, but also very easy digestible for everyone, so it can be understood not necessarily just by researchers, but also by parents who might not know all the lingo, but want concrete ideas and concrete solutions to their challenges. So I'm glad it was like that for you, and I hope it does that for everyone. So yeah, these interviews are going to stay on my YouTube channel. So really don't hesitate to share them around if you find them useful. And so before we conclude this event, I would just like to remind you that you have until the 4th of October to enter the giveaway. All the links are in the description of every video of this event. So to enter the giveaway, how to explanations, etc. And a reminder as well that Uta set her book, The Toolbox for Multilingual Families, for free on Amazon. So if you go on Amazon, you go on the ebook section, you are going to be able to download it for free. It's up to, well, just for today. So it was for the event, but until today, you are able to download it for free. So don't hesitate to do it. And of course, as I mentioned during the interview, it's nice if you leave her a review, because other people who are looking at books, they read reviews to decide if they're going to go for it or not. So that could be helpful. And so, of course, if you also have any of my books and you would like to leave a review on Amazon, that would be very much appreciated. And a reminder as well that Dr. Alexandra Perovic is also giving a 20% discount on her book, which is called Language in Autism. I'm going to share again, so if afterwards, oops, you want to maybe freeze the board and to scan the QR code, I'm going to share the slide. I think, I think you have it. Yes, I think you have it. Yeah, so you have the QR code that you can scan to get a 20% discount on this book, so Language in Autism. And because we talk about giveaways, I just take this opportunity to share a post. Oops, what's going on? Ah, I think it's fine. Yeah, uh, it's all okay. Oops, no. So yeah, I'm going to share with you as well a post I did to show a bit what there is in one of my giveaways, which is the author visit I do into school. So if you're a school or work in a school, you can apply to it. So actually, I'm going to share again. Um, is it there? No, not shared yet. I think um, yes. Okay, so just a post I made earlier this week, where you can see about what's included in the author visit. But so it's an author visit to empower the whole school community. So I talk to students about multilingual superpowers, but there's a lot as well for teachers. So here you have some reviews. So feel free to come back on the video, freeze if you want to read it. But there's a presentation to students about multilingual superpowers, uh, two workshops for parents and or teachers. So you can choose from a list of six, and resources as well. So for me, what's important is that it's not just a one-off event, because sometimes when as I work in a school, I can see um, how much of a buzz there is in a school when there is an author coming or any sort of event, but then it can die out very quickly. So I provide resources so that carry on, um, you can carry on showing your students how wonderful it is to have different languages and cultures. Uh, and what else? So yes, I guess we're now at the end of this 3-day event. So thank you so much to those of you who reached out personally to let me know that you really enjoyed these interviews, and the great resources there are. I really do hope they are going to be resources that can be used by different teachers in schools and for families. So don't hesitate to share them around, to watch them later if you want as well. And as I mentioned a few times, the reason I do this is to provide so easy access to everyone to the latest research, so we are able to provide the best to our children and students based on knowledge and best practice without being affected by myth that can be prevalent around us. Actually, I'm still sharing the screen. So let me come back with you. And yes, so one last thing I guess I would like to mention is that So I organize all this event for free. I'm not getting any money from anyone. But if you feel like you got ideas, inspiration, that it was helpful in any way, I have set up a donation page, which is called Buy Me a Coffee. So you can buy me a virtual coffee just to thank me, and that would be very much appreciated. So thank you very much again for following these events, and thank you for all the comments. Uh, Uto is saying thank you for organizing this event, Yoshito, and for inviting me to be part of it. It was a real pleasure, Uto, and to invite all the experts. I'm feeling really lucky that you all accepted to be part of it to make all this event possible, because without you, it wouldn't be possible. So I'm going to sign off, and I really look forward to preparing another event next year. So as I said, I'm going to leave a feedback form in the description in the next 5-10 minutes. So if you would like to let me know what you enjoy, what can be improved, that would be very much appreciated. So thank you very much, and bye.